Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have the new Konate card to review today. So we're taking a look at a card who is 6'4", medium high work rates, right-footed, 3-star skills, 2-star weak foot. So already starting off really nicely for a card like this, because with Konate, at least from what I know in real life, he's a massive dude, okay? Like he's a big guy. So with this card, guys, we are going to be working with 81 acceleration with 84 for sprint speed with a high and average body type. So normally, guys, for the meta of the game, it's not super ideal because of the fact that, pace is a very relevant thing. It's very important to have when coming up against attackers that are going to be very fast, that are going to, play against the meta of the through balls, of the lob passes, right? But here's the thing. For a card like this, what he can compensate in is going to be maybe in the pace with the body type, right? Because again, usually high and average is not like the super ideal one. It's usually the unique or the average, right? But the card still looks really nice for a new Konate card, right? So with player traits, he has injury prone traits, which always should take that out of the game every single time. But he's going to be working with 91 for acceleration, 94 for sprint speed on the shadow chemistry style. No shooting stats. Base card stats for passing is set up okay on the card. Dribbling we will be experimenting with, obviously, because of the fact that he is a 6'4" player with a high and average body type, but dribbling stats is in a very nice upgrade. The upgrades have been very, very good on the card. Obviously, he hasn't gotten any card this year, so this is the best variation of his card. You can see the difference between the agility, the balance, the reactions boost, the composure boost. Definitely a lot of stuff to work with, but it's mainly going to be in pace because his card was formatted very strangely before by +8s, right, for the acceleration and sprint speed. But now it's formatted nicely so that he can be as usable as possible for the meta of the game. On the shadow chemistry style, he's been working with good pace, really good defensive stats considering how tall he is, while working with some very good physical capabilities too, because of that body type that he has. So the high and average was a given for a card like this, because honestly, I would assume he'd be like a high and stocky, if anything. Like I think that was one from one of the strikers that I actually reviewed. So we're going to have to experiment with that in game to see what it's like. Now, the cards like this, we do have to be careful because they're not necessarily hugely meta in the beginning of the year. So we need to see what it's like transferring over to an upgraded version of the card. But yeah, in game, guys, we are going to be using him in the 4-1-2-2 tactic. We are also trying out some other players too, playing in that right center back area, considering the fact that he is a right-footed player. So yeah, we'll try him out. Hopefully he is a beast. Well done, Konate. Those situations, just hold L trigger, don't do anything else. Thank you, sir. Well positioned there by Konate, we'll take that. Yeah, good manual defending. Just want to block that area real quick. That body type's gonna come in handy, bro. That's gonna be the thing with Konate for sure. Oh, Mignon actually put that in the back of his net. Konate, I feel like, should intercept that, in my opinion. We'll take that. Good stuff. Good interception there by Konate. Legrand switch upwards with the weak foot. Nice. Well done, Konate. See that body type of his, the high and average, it's that's where you're gonna notice it. See? Situation like those, very good. It's gonna be very good. Defensive AI, like I said, guys, you don't use them specifically to track them back. They'll just do that themselves. Like again, with cards nowadays, they have such high defensive stats that they'll do that on a consistent level. Well done, well done. Oh, get it! Oh, he's massive in game, eh? A decent challenge. They're not possession based, but Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'll trigger, shield off. Good. Body type is just it's the biggest thing to work with when it comes to this card so far. Oh, I'm gonna get that every single day with Konate especially. Oh, okay, there we go, there we go. To be fair, that first challenge was actually pretty sick. No foul. Oh my god, he actually got the ball there. Thank you, Konate. Appreciate you, BB. Oh, good challenge with the weak foot, too. Ooh, the overcommitment just to really test him out there. He did a fantastic job. And Konate, let's go. Well done, Konate. Way to block out the interception there. Nice, Konate. Good pressure. I did a bad pass there. Indica. Gets ahead of the attacker there. That was good. That was from a pass too. Like I wasn't actually trying to clear it. You should try to clear it though for some more consistency. Oh, I overcommitted really badly there, but at least he put in a touch himself. I didn't actually control that. Yeah, that body type is that's like the most noticeable thing so far with this card for sure. Oh, go back. Oh, we're good. That was good defensive awareness by Konate, actually. Overcommitting Indica there. We're good. We're good. His running isn't too bad, to be honest. It's the dribbling stats being improved by a lot. That's very helpful. Okay, guys. So final verdict on the new Konate card. So in regards to how he performs in-game, guys, it makes 100% sense to give him the Shadow Chemistry style, just like you do for most of the center backs in this game. Now, what I will say, guys, is that for the meta of the game, you will obviously from time to time notice the pace working against him because of the fact that he's a 6'4" player, high and average body type. So obviously when there's players that are abusing that meta like crazy with the through balls, the ball roll driven pass, the lob passes, there's going to be moments where he will be caught out of position because of the pace that he has. Now his manual defending when it comes to actually, you know, running after the player isn't actually that bad. And I guess the biggest reason for this is because of the fact that they've improved his dribbling stats as much as possible. So he doesn't feel super heavy when you're actually using him, which is very, very important because he doesn't feel heavy, but he does some pretty decent defensive stuff. Now, I did notice from time to time that there was areas where he just didn't do anything defensively, like he would miss an interceptions or he would miss like it's mostly just like interceptions, I would say, that I noticed. But there are moments where center backs just don't do it at all. There's people who I would say just defend like crazy. Like I'll give you a very good example, right? So if I was going to compare center back to center back, like Koundé's card, right? So this Koundé card right here, I only used him for like 1 or 2 games, and I can tell you guys this right now that this card is really sick. This card right here, right? This card like actually like magnetizes the ball a certain way where it's just absolutely incredible to work with. And why is that the case, guys? Because this card initially was a beast, right? So obviously with some future improvements on him, he's going to be a monster, right? So I don't think Konate defends the same way that Koundé does, because Koundé feels a little bit more agile. And the way that you can, you know, block out through balls and the lob passes and stuff is a little bit different with Koundé because he has that little bit of extra pace, right? You give him a shadow, he's going to be working with 96, but his agility and balance is super high with really high reactions, really high composure, right? So I'm going to be honest with you guys, like I'm looking at the price of this card. The price of this card is really, really low for how he performs in game. Like he is an absolute beast in my opinion, right? So not going to be on that level, right? But obviously different types of links other than the fact that he's French. But I still feel like EA did a really good job with the improvement on the card, because he is now going to be usable in the meta of the game. Because with a card like this, guys, you focus mostly on the average body type and using his body type to defend as much as possible, right? He's a big dude. He'll be able to get some nice challenges off for you, right? It's just that for the meta of the game, you know, that's me being very specific. A card like Konate, for me, just performs better in it because of how agile he is. Now, let's see what center backs that we're working with, right? Because obviously the Premier League has a few center backs nowadays, but it's a matter of like the French links mainly nowadays, right? So there's Ruben Diaz, there's Rafael Varane, Virgil van Dijk, Antonio Rudiger. I never tried the Rudiger card, but apparently he's actually pretty sick as well. Pretty obvious because of the fact that his pace has been improved as much as it has. Usually when the players are like 85, 86 for pace, guys, with good dribbling stats, that's when it becomes very, very nice. I'm sorry I didn't review those cards, by the way. I was just very busy during that time period. Konate, Chalobah, Christensen, right? So you don't really have any other French link that's tradable other than the Konate card. I do think that he is up there in price for now. I do feel like maybe he'll go down a little bit later, because I don't think he performs to that level of like, if I'm looking at Koundé and Koundé costs that much, I guess it's like hype for the card since it's new today. Then it's a little bit crazy that he's around 400k. But again, I think they did a really good job with the Konate card. I think the improvements are definitely welcome ones. I think they formatted his dribbling and his pace really, really well with that shadow chemistry style, because his physical stats are actually there, so it works well with that body type. So yeah, they've improved him to a point where he can now be used in the meta of the game. You just have to be careful of the lack of agile feel as well as the pace from time to time, but he compensates pretty well in other areas of the pitch. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.